So this time, let us try to make this program work. So when we input numbers here, it should display the result in this text box. So let's recall, the name of this text box is num1, as we have declared here in the code. The name of this text box is num2, as we have declared here. And the name of this text box is answer, this one. Okay, this is the name of the text box, of this text box. And then the name of this whole form is addition. So remember that, because we're going to use that once we start making the code for this program to add. So where do we declare the code? Actually, anywhere inside the body, or if you want outside the body. So let's just make it outside the body. So this is where function comes in. Okay, so we have here again the script, opening script and closing script, so that this will become interactive, this will compute. And then let's create a function and name it calculate. So when calculate is called, this will perform the statements here, which is to get number from these two text boxes and then display the result in this text box when this button is clicked. So how are we going to do that? I have here already the code. Let me just explain to you how it works. So we have here var a. This will contain the first number that the user will input. Then we have here parse float. We have here, always you should append these words, document on the first word and then value as the last word. So it's always the syntax document, referring to this HTML document, and then the value that will be placed inside the text box. Okay, so we have here, it says here, A should get the value from this document from the form addition. And where is that form addition here? Because the name of this form is addition. We named it as addition. And then we have here num1 text box. So what does that mean? The first number will get, the variable A will get the first number from form addition exactly from the text box which has a name of num1. Okay, so whatever is inputted here will be placed in variable A. Remember that the second word refers to the form name and the third word refers to the form element. Okay, so it means that variable A will get the value from form addition exactly from form num1 text box. And where is the num1 text box? This one. Okay, and then for the second value, we have here var b. Okay, will get the value from form addition. This is form addition because you can have many forms as you want if you want to. And exactly from the text box which has a name of num2. And this is the text box. This one has a name of num2. That's why naming form and form elements are very important because you'll use it for coding. Okay. So again, variable b will get the value from form addition, which is this form, exactly from the text box which has a name of num2. Okay. So the two numbers are already have a code for getting the two numbers. Okay, so we're not using any more prompt, but we're using the text box. And then we're going to compute var total equals a plus b. So whatever the value of a and b will be added and will be placed in variable total. Okay, so as you notice, we did not use any more parse float because during the inputting of the numbers, we already used parse float. Why do we need to use parse float? Because by default, when you input anything here, it's considered as text. And if it's text, it will not compute anything. So we have to convert it to numeric value. That's why we made use of parse float. Okay, so we have here to get the sum, you have a plus b, whatever the value of a and b's are, will be added and be placed in variable total. Now, to display the result, again, we made use of document on the first as the first word or parameter, and the last parameter is value. And then where are we going to display the result? In form addition, again, in this form exactly. And then which text box? From the sum text box. Remember that the name of this text box is sum. We name it as sum here. Okay, and then equals total. So whatever the value of this, so whatever value will be derived from this, will be displayed in the text box sum under form addition. Okay, so let's save, and then let's try if it works. So we have here 5, say for example 2 in here, and this should compute for this, and answer should be 7 when I click compute. Oops, it did not compute. Why do you think this does not compute? What is missing in our program? Yes, we created the function, but we did not call the function. So where are we going to call the function? Which form elements are we going to call the function? From this text box, this text box, or this button? Okay, so we're going to use this button, okay, to call function calculate, because it should be that when this button is clicked, this should compute for the sum. Okay, so in here we have here input type button, okay, name, of course, answer, and then value equals compute. We will try adding an event, and the event that we're going to use is on click. As I've mentioned in the lesson, or in the PowerPoint, in this lesson, there are different kinds of events. Okay, you have on click, on double click, on key press, on mouse down, on mouse over, and there are lots. So what we're going to use is on click. So how are we going to type it? We use on and then click. Okay, so on click meaning when this button is clicked, that's the event. What will happen? What will be the action? Equals, then let's call for function calculate. Okay, let's check if that's really the name of the function. Okay, so the name of the function is calculate, all small letters. Okay, so I'll call function calculate here, and how do you call it? Single quote, calculate, because it's all small letters when we declared in the function, close, and then open and close parentheses, and then close double quote, single quote. Okay, so when this button is clicked, it will call function calculate. And where is function calculate? Here. Okay, so we made use of function, we made use of form and form elements, and we made use of event, which is on click. So let's save, file save, then let's refresh. So we have 5 and 2. Let's see if it will compute. There you go, it already computes. Okay, because we already called function calculate. And where did we declare it? Here. Okay, so I hope you learn from this, and hopefully you can do the different operations this time using forms, functions, and events.